All right, so I got this killer DW drum set from my buddy Joey. I traded him a tuna spear gun. Had it for 2 years, never used it. He said I could use it. So Joey, if you're watching this video, if I got a tuna trip coming up, I get to use that gun, buddy. But I got this killer DW drum set. It's got a 25-inch bass drum. You know, I was rocking it a little bit. I just kind of set up a rudimentary little kit. These cymbals are badass too. I mean, it's got so much with this kit. And it's just, it's got some issues, you know. The wrap is coming off, okay? So you got the wood right there, but the wrap is coming off. And it's delaminating on all the drums. Here's one here. See if I can find it. So, again, it's delaminating. So, I'm going to do my best and take this thing apart and sand it down, repaint the rims, take all the hardware off, clean it all up, rewrap it, and see how it goes. So I'll keep you guys up to date. Cheers. So here's the tools I'm using. I was able to take off all the hardware and remove the skin, but the previous owner unfortunately used glue on the whole thing. So I'm gonna see how to get that off. And I'm already working on this one as well. No, I'm gonna have a problem with this. It's all glued on there, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, I got them all stripped down and I put all the parts in one bag. But again, all of them have this shit that I'm gonna have to take off. But I got it all broken down. And these DW drums are great. I mean, this is actually solid wood. So the bass hoop is solid maple, I think, maybe birch. So it's not a laminate. So, you know, this has to be sanded down and repainted. But yeah, I took everything out. And everybody's got their separate bags. So I'm going to replace all the hardware, like the screws. So I'm going to use stainless. Go to the hardware store. But yeah, look at this, man. It's like, ugh. I'll figure out how to get that off of there. Anyway, that's where we're at. Okay, so I'm sanding down this 12-inch tom. As you can see, it's got lots of paste still on it. DW drums paste their shells or their wraps over, so I was really having a hard time finding a solvent, Goo Gone, and I just finding that sanding it is going to take it off a little better. And I'm using 100 grit sandpaper and just trying to do it lightly. And I installed this, just taped some cardboard on here, so as I'm turning it, it's on kind of a more soft surface, so it won't ding the inside lip here. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so here is an example of me sanding the whole thing down. I tried not to be too aggressive with it. You know, I used 100 grit to take it off. So this one was going to be next. You can see all the paste DW likes to put on their drums. But I guess it's like supposed to be another laminate for the drum or something. But anyway, I'm going to rewrap them, so I'm not going to go crazy. Just wanted to kind of get them smoothed out, so that's what I did. Okay, there's the bass drum all done. This guy. All right, so we got 100 grit sandpaper and these bass hoop rings. I'm going to try to get all of this black paint off. I did a pretty good job on this so far. So obviously it's got some interesting characteristics. So we'll see when that's done. Okay, so here are the shells from that DW set. I'm just doing the toms. I like the way the snare looks. So as you can see, here's kind of the interior, and there's no stain on there. I mean, excuse me, there's no clear coat on there. So if you take a look at that and then take a look at this, you know, the green just popped right out on these. There's the seam. Boy, that came out nice. So, you know, they probably are going to need 2 coats, but I'm really just trying to keep them flat. I don't want them glossy. I like that flat look better. So anyway, those are done. And I also sanded down and coated these bass drum hoop rings, which look to be maple. So anyway, I had to sand all the black paint off of that, and then I hit them with 80, 120, and 220. The 80 was a little too aggressive, but the drums themselves, the shells, they had all that factory glue that was all over the entire way around, all of them, all the way around, and I had to sand them down. There was nothing I could use to take it off chemically. So anyway, gonna let these dry and put them together tomorrow, see what happens. So I use this Minwax fast drying polyurethane. I actually use the same stuff on my floor upstairs. I have a very old home, and I sanded down the old floors up there and used this stuff. I was afraid of it dripping, so I used really light coats on these, on the drums themselves, on the shells. So hopefully they'll be dried up tomorrow and we'll be able to take that tape off and see what happens. All right, so got the hardware on it. 2 coats of poly. Still waiting for the batter head, but no drips. Came out really nice. I'm stoked. Okay, so got most of the hardware on, and I'm waiting on new heads to come tomorrow, but she looks pretty good. I'm gonna put the badges back on, the air vent. So I left a little ring all the way around every single drum that doesn't have any clear coat on it. Just a little gap to be able to put the batter on. Anyway, that's it. Almost done. All right, I'm done with this set. I got it all together. So I got G2 Evans heads all the way around, an Aquarion resonator on my kick, got an old vintage cowhide batter on the kick as well. So she's all put together, looking good. All the hardware is cleaned up. So yep, she's looking real good. And on the other side here, we put an old cowhide on there. It looks good, man. So, you know, no problems. She's a beautiful set now. She sounds pretty good. Played her for a little while today, and yep, pretty happy with her. All right, let's give her a whirl, see how she sounds. Fuck yeah, new set. Fucking stoked, man. Fucking stoked. She's beautiful. Oh yeah. Fucking rock on, man.